Is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Let's turn things over to the broadcast booth. The pregame show starts now.
All right, welcome. We are live here at Jim Gata Stadium, and we're getting ready for week 2 of Dakota Fusion Soccer here as they get ready to take on the Minnesota TwinStars. Mike Mason alongside Chris Hovden. Chris, how you doing today?
Doing good, Mike. How are you?
Not bad. We were in the booth last week. It was a little bit chillier. Now it feels like summer.
No kidding.
Good choice to come up here, huh?
Yeah, it'll be interesting if a train goes by.
We had a train go by earlier, but we were still in our 45-minute pregame show, our pregame show. This is your true pregame show here as the Dakota Fusion come into this matchup 0-1. The Minnesota TwinStars come into the matchup 0-1-0. For the Fusion, they would play to a 1-1 draw with Med City last week. The Fusion goal originally credited to Daniel Helly in the 40th minute. Another source says that Mady Lingayo got the goal. But that source that said Lingayo got the goal had Helly's jersey number. So I'm going to go with my gut and say it was Daniel Helly who got the goal in the 40th minute. And at that point, it was 1-0 Fusion. And then the score would remain that way up and through halftime and pretty much almost through the second half until late in the second half, the 81st minute, the game would get tied up at 1-1 on a goal inside of the box by Lucas Hart from Med City, and then the two teams would play it out to a 1-1 draw. Fusion Med City in that matchup had a total of 5 yellow cards, and 3 of them were issued to Med City in the 45th minute to Toby Millard, and 2 more to Med City in the 61st minute to 2 players at the same time, Matt Roberts and Ricardo Schrader. Both received those cautions in the 61st minute. 2 more yellow cards were issued to the Fusion also in the second half. The first to Jermaine Braquet in the 78th minute, and the other one in the 85th minute to Mady Lingayo. For the Minnesota TwinStars, they come in 0-1-0. They suffered a 3-0 loss to the Duluth FC Blue Greens. Blue Greens would strike first in the 33rd minute off a cross pass into the box from about 30 yards out. The pass would be immediately headed across the goal face where Rory Doyle would be waiting to pop it in from about 2 yards out to make it a 1-0 game, which would also be the halftime score. They would move ahead to the second half during the 57th minute. The Blue Greens would deliver a nice pass right up the middle of the field from beyond midfield and just right down, like if you took a knife and cut the field in half from end zone to end zone. I mean, it was right down the middle. It was a bullet pass, and it landed right in front of the feet of Tyler Limmer, who would stay on side, blast it past the TwinStars goalie in a one-on-one fashion to give Duluth FC a 2-0 lead. And then about 5 minutes later, Kosyantin Domoratsky would receive a pass and make a move towards the goal. He would get tripped up inside the box by the TwinStars. Charles Badai, and a yellow card would be issued to Badai. A penalty kick would be awarded to Domoratsky, and in the 66th minute, Domoratsky would convert on that PK to give Duluth a 3-0 lead, and that would end up being the final score. A total of 6 yellow cards handed out in the game. So 1 more between the TwinStars and Duluth than between the Fusion and Med City last week. 6 cards in the Duluth Minnesota TwinStars game, 3 for the Blue Greens in the 16th, 22nd, and 90th minute of that match. And then for the TwinStars in the 60th minute, a yellow card was issued to Jafar Abdul-Rahman. And just 5 minutes later in the 65th minute, as we mentioned a moment ago, Charles Badai would get a yellow card that would result in a penalty kick for Duluth. They would convert and on that one. And then another yellow card in the 87th minute would be pulled out of the referee's pocket for Abraham Kuyate. And that is a recap of the Fusion's first game with Med City and a recap of Minnesota TwinStars' first game with the Duluth FC Blue Greens. The two teams have been warming up here for about 30-40 minutes now. The officials down right close to midfield in blue. And sooner or later here, they're going to take the teams out, and we'll have your introductions along with your national anthem. They're apparently going to have a coin toss. It is now 6:57, so we are 7 minutes behind the schedule of how this thing is supposed to be played out. And then hopefully at 7 o'clock we'll have kickoff here. But I don't know. That'd be close.
I'll shoot for 7:04.
Oh,
we'll go with 7:04.
How about 7:05? And then
Okay,
we'll put like a slice of pizza on
sounds
it.
good.
Okay, awesome. All right. Well, hey, Chris, I don't know if you've had a chance to dig into this matchup or not, but
I have not at all, but I'm excited for it. I'll tell you that. The Fusion never seemed to disappoint for a good matchup.
Absolutely. The Fusion, after last week's draw with Med City, ranked third in the division and 43rd out of the 97 teams in the NPSL. Of course, after one game and after 2 games, that could totally change. But when you're ranking third in your conference, I believe you have to finish in the top 2 to make the playoffs. So a win here today against the Minnesota TwinStars would be helpful. I think one of the things that both teams are going to have to watch out for here is maybe keeping their tempers in check a little bit, because between the Fusion and the TwinStars in their games last week, we had 11 yellow cards handed out in those 2 games. So don't be surprised if we see a yellow card or 2 here in this matchup as well. And who knows? Who knows? We haven't seen any reds this year outside of the red jerseys for the TwinStars, but we'll see if we see one of those possibly tonight as well. Let's take a look at our upcoming schedule here on Magnitude Sports. You can, tomorrow, or Monday I should say, we'll have Game 3 of the Blue-White Series between Fargo Post 400, then back to high school baseball on Tuesday and Thursday, and then some more Legion baseball, and we see Dakota Fusion again on Saturday, June 3rd, when the men take on Duluth FC, the team we just talked about who just played the TwinStars. And then the women will open up the season against Maplebrook Fury. All right, looks like we're ready to go here for the opening announcement, so we'll turn it over to our PA announcer. We'll be back in just a moment here. Welcome to Jim Gata Stadium here in Moorhead as we get ready for this matchup between the visiting Minnesota TwinStars and your Dakota Fusion. Let's go over the starting lineups here. We'll start with the visitors on the scoreboard, and that will be the Minnesota TwinStars. And we'll try and go in numerical order here as much as possible. Number 2, a starter, Ivan Adika. Number 3, Eric Rosas. Number 4, Osman Cisse. Number 5, Colin McSweeney. Number 6, Aquim Signet. Number 7, Louis Magana. Number 8, Jafar Abdul-Rahman. Number 10, Miguel Ariano. Number 11, Siddiqui Javeth. Number 12, Yuda Toya. Number 14, Yukon Harmon. Number 15, Jonathan Harris. Number 16, Famede Bamba. Number 17, Diego Yang. Number 25, Andrew Holmes. Number 28, Charles Baji. Number 34, Adam Tebbs. And number 35, Matthew Yankee. And those are your starters for the Minnesota TwinStars. And now for your 2023 Dakota Fusion. Number 0, Jamie Colville. Number 2, Shintaro Marimato. Number 3, Emil Nywolf. Number 4, Dawson Butcher. Number 5, Wigaiho Mbakanye. Number 6, Brendan Gasper. Number 7, Kai Lucas Yoshi Kane. Number 8, Mohamed Senyang. Number 9, Ben Nicholson. Number 10, Kai Pritchard. Number 11, Edward Burgos. Number 12, Mady Lingayo. Number 14, Ben Colburn. Number 15, Gervais Brockway. Number 16, Jabril Gado. Number 17, Sebastian Acuna. Number 18, Yusuka Anonomi. Number 19, James Bolger. Number 20, Ethan Bishop. Number 23, Daniel Helly. Number 25, Harrison Tibbetts. Number 26, Juan McCray. Number 28, Haji Shi. Number 98, Inigo Chaviaria. And number 99, Kodai Tuzuki. All right, good luck to both teams here in this contest. Let's play some football. And now if you'll please stand and remove your hats, stand if you're able, we will play the national anthem. All right, once again, best of luck to both teams. Let's play.
take care of it.
All right.
Well, Mike goes and grabs a extra cable extender. We'll take a quick look as both teams gather up on the field, make some game plans. We'll get ready to go here. TwinStars out on the field. Dakota Fusion still making a couple game plans. Seeing who goes where. Tell you, I've always been amazed in soccer. Periods being 45 minutes, everybody knowing where to be. It's incredible to me as somebody who's never played soccer and has watched a lot of it. It's incredible. Both teams on the field. Fusion will take control right away off the bat, and I'll lose all my papers right away, so I'll rejoin you in 1 sec. All right, we got the 5,000 sheets of paper Mike has back up here. Go out of bounds in for a throw-in on the Fusion. TwinStars will take control around midfield. Dakota Fusion will regain control around the same spot. Should I be attempting some sort of play-by-play or live?
All right, we are back here, and apologize for the little delay there. Apparently the power outlet went out up in the press box here, and had to run down to my vehicle in the parking lot to get an extension cord. So you may have experienced a little freeze up there for a couple of minutes, but you haven't missed anything. No score, no cards. I think there's one shot when I was walking back. We've caught our clock up to the one on the field, so what you see on your screen is accurate. Fusion in the black, and they got a nice pass inside there, and another nice save there by the Minnesota TwinStars goalie. Once again, the TwinStars gave up 3 goals in their game against Duluth in last week to open up the season. And I did I got a coach, or I got a roster from the coach in non-numerical order, so we'll do the best we can here for the TwinStars, identifying who makes the great plays and all that good stuff.
We're looking to make you work today.
Yeah. I feel like I've been working for a couple hours already now. That's a long walk when you have to go around the field. When I come here, the game's not on. I can just cut through the middle of the field. But TwinStars in the white, they're going to break away now here, and they got a man who's onside, and now it's a one-on-one break. See if I can find that jersey number on my roster here, and I cannot. They'll kick it out near side here for Eric Rosa, and he'll work it inside. So some nice ball movement so far here from the TwinStars. Now they try to make a move. In the middle there was Jabe. Let's see here. Did I pronounce that right? Jabete, I believe. I did talk to the coach, but since there was no roster online with jersey numbers, I didn't have time to really hunker down and try and get these right. So if I pronounce any off, I apologize to the TwinStars fans. It's not what I intend to do, but sometimes circumstances make things tough, especially when you have unexpected circumstances on top of circumstances like a power outlet not working. So just make sure that, yeah, our mic is working. Okay.
Got to check everything now.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
One thing's gone, now what's next?
This is the fastest 10 minutes of soccer I've ever experienced in my life.
I would have to agree.
I spent half of it walking down to the vehicle in the parking lot, so. And that throw in there, I believe that may have been Bishop on the far side, went right into the hands of the TwinStars goalie. Yoda Toya is the goalie, according to the coach when I talked to him. And now working up the near side, here's Rosa, and he'll feed it through, and now it's punched back here to the Fusion goalie, and he will work it over to the far side. Bishop will move it upfield. Controlled. It's a nice ball movement there, but it'll go out of bounds. There'll be a Fusion throw-in. They'll keep things going here. As Chris and I are up here on rooftop, enjoying the breeze, and at least I am.
I am not complaining. I like it. I wouldn't mind this continuing.
Got to be better than that game you did in Hawley, Minnesota.
Oh, boy.
Right?
I think it reached about 47 degrees. I ended up calling a cousin who lives by Hawley, hey, can you bring me a jacket? Because I was in a Magnitude polo and shorts. Not realizing how cold it was going to get, because it should be summer.
Yeah, it should be. Working the ball on the far side there for the Fusion is Pritchard. Pritchard will try a centering pass. It's deflected out. And a loose ball, and it'll be picked up here by, I believe that's Rosa. And he'll work it up the near side here for Bamba. Bamba will drop it back, and that's onto the foot of number 12 is Yoda Toya. So, no, Yoda Toya, it's the number 34. Oh, I circled the wrong player. Adam Tebbs is the goalie here for the Minnesota TwinStars. So I'm going to circle that on my roster here so that I don't make that mistake again. Usually I circle who the goalie is, and I circled the player right below the goalie by mistake. Goal kick coming up here for the Fusion. Once again, if you're tuning in, cheering on the TwinStars, we welcome you to the broadcast and wish your team the best of luck. If you're tuning in, cheering on the Fusion, exact same thoughts. And we'll try and be fair and exciting for both teams here.
Judging by the game so far, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, right? Louis Magana will take the corner kick from the far side there for the TwinStars. And he'll put it right in, and a nice job there by Edward Brugos to get it out. And it'll be touched out there by the Fusion. TwinStars will get it. Adika will toss it in. And now the pass went right back to Adika out of bounds, and now it'll be a Fusion throw-in. So Bishop will pick it up. That was the first player I memorized because number 20 is one of my favorite numbers in sports. And Bishop is one of my favorite pieces on one of my favorite board games. So
That's unique.
yeah, no, that's how you learn them. You got to make some sort of funny joke, and then you'll never forget who's wearing number whatever. So, like for example, number 12 there is Yoda Toya. He's Snake and the Serpent, the 1 and the 2. No, that's how I remembered it. Jack Michaels from 740 The Fan actually
I love it.
shared that Serpent and Snake one with me for all number 12 players. So, and he will toss it up. Speaking of, looks like the wind's picked up here, and I've lost a sheet of paper.
Happened to me once, so you were gone.
Oh, well, now we're even. So, oh, it was just my pregame notes. We already went over those. So. Ball boy will get the loose ball. It'll be a throw-in from the far side here for the TwinStars. Once again, the TwinStars fell 3-0 to the Duluth FC Blue Greens in their opener last week. Total of 6 yellow cards handed out in that game. 3 for the TwinStars, so half and half. And between their game last week and the Fusion's game last week, we had 11 yellow cards combined between the 2 games handed out. That one will be sent from inside the goal box all the way up past midfield. It's controlled by the Fusion. And it'll be taken away and now controlled here by the TwinStars. Defenders will work it across in their own zone. Send it up midfield there where it's touched up by Adika. Another cool thing is last week's Fusion roster, I was able to print it out and actually type out the name pronunciations instead of trying to read my own handwriting, which is, if it's impossible for me, it's impossible for anybody else to read my handwriting too. So
We're getting high tech here on Magnitude.
I know I'm the only person in the world who can match my signature with my finger on those credit card machines at like a gas station compared to what I would sign on a receipt that was given to me. So it's about an equal match. Here's an opportunity for the Fusion. Oh, and he didn't quite get his foot on it there. I think he may have stumbled when he went to plant his left foot. I think his ankle may have creaked a little bit and he didn't get his right foot on the ball like he wanted to. It was a chance for Burgos. And now Tebbs will work it to the far side as the TwinStars will try and bring it back upfield. And let's hope for no rain.
Yeah.
For the rest of the season, because this is my #1 spot for. I think we've done this. I think this is the second time in 3 seasons we moved up to the rooftop, and I'd like to be up here more often.
I don't think we did a single time when I was here last year.
Yeah, I know I did it once. It was the second week of the season actually that I did it, because on the first week of the season, it was a matchup between Med City and Dakota Fusion. There was a guy right outside of our broadcast booth banging on a drum. And I was like, that's it. I'm moving to the rooftop there because I can't drown out the sound of the drum. And and that was the last time I was up on the rooftop the rest of that season. It was either cold or rainy or something. I think one of the games may have even had flurries.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound fun.
I can tell you this, though. The guy at the drum wasn't sitting out there in the rain and flurries, though.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
TwinStars will work it near side here. It's Colin McSweeney who will move it up, and it's immediately intercepted now. And it's the goal scorer from last week, Helly. Helly will center it, and a headed chance, and it's saved there by Tebbs. Nice save by the TwinStars goalie, and some nice offensive production here for the Fusion early on in this one. We are now in the 18th minute of play, still looking for our first goal. The goal scorer from last week, Helly, wearing number 23 for the black jerseys of the Dakota Fusion, playing up here on the near side. Matter of fact, he's going to get the ball right now. He's the one who scored the goal last week and the lone goal in the 1-1 draw with Med City. And the Fusion work the ball from one side of the field to the other. And now Bishop will work it up onto the foot there of Pritchard. And the Fusion will set it up. He'll try to feed a pass up. Pritchard, I think that's Pritchard touching up on it. Centering pass, and it's into the back of the net. And it is Daniel Helly with his second goal of the season right on the 19th minute. 18:00 on the clock. And Daniel Helly will score the goal. Scoring the goal for your Dakota Fusion is second of the season, number 23, Daniel Helly.
Say, Mike, does that PA announcer happen to sound familiar to you?
I think he was the same guy who did it last week. Yeah. Rumor has it if he didn't calm down, he was going to get released, and they're going to bring somebody else in for week 3. But
that's scary.
1-0 on Daniel Helly, his second goal of the season. The forward from Denmark puts the Fusion on the board. Right at the end of the 18th minute or right at the start of the 19th minute, right at 18:00, however you want to look at it. I think it's officially the 19th minute, but we'll check the NPSL website tomorrow morning to be sure on that.
You know what amazes me coming up to these games, seeing how many countries are represented.
Absolutely, yeah.
Incredible.
The season opener 2 years ago, between the two teams, we had 25 different countries represented on the field between the 22 players on the field and the reserves on the bench. So bet you're thinking there, how could you have 25 with 22?
Yeah,
right?
I was a little concerned. I was going to let it fly, but
Fusion will work it up. Now drop it back to their goalie. I believe it's Colville.
It is not.
No, it's the other guy. It's Kodai Tuzuki from Japan.
You know, I remember their past goalie having some ankle or something last week. I wonder if that's still going on.
That very well could be. I actually forgot about that. Fusion have an opportunity here to work it upfield. And Helly will step up on it. It's taken away there by the TwinStars, number 5, Cullen McSweeney. And once again, not in numerical order. It might take me a moment to find it. Here's Arliano. And now Tuzuki will touch up on it. So Tuzuki in the lime green there in between the net and between the posts for the Fusion. And over on the flip side, if you're just tuning in, once again, it is Adam Tebbs, the goalie for the Minnesota TwinStars. Here in the 21st minute, Tebbs will boot that one down all the way over midfield, a good 65, 70 yards. And now it's touched up here by Haji Shi. Haji Shi, a defenseman from Kenya. Over on the far side now, Pritchard has touched up on it, drops it back to Bishop. Bishop will work it up, and it's headed right back there by the TwinStars. Gets onto the foot of Arliano. And once again, if I'm not quite getting those pronunciations right, I do apologize. There's an opportunity, and it just went wide left. And Tuzuki there got a lucky break on that one there, because that one, if he would have released that shot maybe a split second sooner, it probably would have been in the far post. Tuzuki will take a moment to knot up his laces here and give his team a little bit of a break. Into the 23rd minute now of play here at Jim Gana Stadium in Moorhead. And now he's onside, and now two defenders get in front of him. From the top of the box, he shoots, and it's saved. And another fantastic save there by Tebbs. And that was an excellent chance for the Fusion, too, to make it a 2-0 game. All right, so correction on the goal. It was actually scored by Mateo Lingayo, number 23. So he did get the goal last week, too, and it's Mateo Lingayo's second of the season.
So I'm assuming there was a jersey change.
Either a jersey change or a roster print error last week, one of the two.
Could be.
Yeah, maybe both. Who knows?
You never know.
So here's an opportunity. Oh, and right off the post, and it deflected off the face of Tuzuki. And man, that was a great chance for the TwinStars, and they'll get a corner kick out of that now.
No, I was talking earlier while you were gone about the knowledge of soccer plays, knowing exactly where to be. Goalies, it's the strength to take it right on the face and get right back into the game.
Nice corner kick opportunity there, but couldn't quite make anything of it as we get our updated roster here. Correction on the Fusion goal. It was scored by number 23, Matei Lengayo, his second of the season. All right, in the 25th minute now, as I replace the Fusion roster and get the TwinStars roster back in my hand here. After 1 week, I know about half of the Fusion roster, so I just got to learn the other team's roster now. Cisse will get it back here to his goalie, Tabs. Tabs will set it up, work it out to the far side. It's controlled there. Defended closely there by Braquet, making sure that his jersey didn't change.
Keeping you on your toes.
Yeah. Oh, well, it wouldn't be the first mistake I've made in 6 years, so.
I'd be concerned if it was.
Ooh, that one, I don't know if it hit him in the face or maybe knocked the wind out of him. It hit him right into the gut. But slow to get up there is, let's see if I can, is that 24? 20?
20, I believe.
Also, not in order is Ethan Bishop. So, okay, this one's coming home with me, and I'm going to put him in numerical order now.
Looks like he'll be good. Glad to hear.
Brendan Gasper also slow to get up as we enter as we approach the 27th minute of play. Looks like Gasper is going to come off. And it's possible that Ben Nicholson will come in. Or maybe not.
Somebody will.
Yeah, it looked like number 9 was going to come in, but we'll see.
Yep.
All right, so it's going to be number 10. No, yeah, I was right the first time. Number 9, Ben Nicholson.
10 and 20, I believe, are also back out there.
Yeah, they were out there to start with, believe it or not. They move around the field here pretty fast.
Amazing.
Yeah. But no, that actually threw me off too. I knew it was one of 3 players, and I just had to look at which one hadn't been on the field yet, as that one will be touched out of bounds there by Braquet. TwinStars throw it in, but it's immediately picked up there by Acuna. Acuna had a good game last week against Med City. Had a couple of chances in that one and created a couple of other opportunities as well. All right, working it around here's Harris, and now it's taken away by the Fusion. Some nice ball movement here as they work it up the near sideline. And that is the corrected number 23, who's also number 12 last week, Mateo Lengayo. And check something here on my other roster. Okay, this one is in numerical order, so we're going to go with this one here. The only difference is I don't have the name pronunciations written out, but I think I know most of them now. All right, so we're back to where I'm comfortable now. Let's put it that way. I was starting to act like week one there for about the past 5 minutes, not knowing which roster is for which team.
Been there.
Yeah.
More than I'd like to admit.
29th minute now as we approach the 30th minute. Once again, 45-minute halves, 45:01 to 90 in half number 2 for those unaware of the clock rules in the NPSL. TwinStars will work it back into the middle, and there's nobody there, and going back to get it there for the Fusion was Colburn. He'll drop it back to Tuzuki. Tuzuki will bomb one up over midfield, headed right back by the TwinStars and out of bounds. It'll be a TwinStars throw-in. Making the toss there is Rosa Rosa. And I'll come back onto the foot of number 12. That is Yoda Toya. Now Yoda Toya in the vicinity of that one, but the Fusion control it. And they'll work it inside. A little back heel pass there and nearly taken away right at the top of the box. Gonna try to feed one over to Langayo. And out of bounds and a TwinStars throw-in. They'll work it in quickly there, and a very, very, very dangerously close there to being a handball for let's see here, Siddiqui Jabtay, I think. Doesn't tell me which country these guys are from on this roster, but that's okay.
If it's French, just cut off the last 3 letters. That's about what I know.
Okay, that makes... So Jabit, then. I don't think that's French, though. It might be. Who knows?
Jabet?
TwinStars will work it up to the far side. And maybe so. He didn't get away with it. I thought for a moment he was going to get away with that extracurricular activity there, and he did not. Official was right there to blow the whistle and give the TwinStars a free kick as they work it over near side here into the foot of McSweeney. Sweeney passes it up, little back heel forward pass by Rosa Rosa, and now trying to work the corner is Arliano. And Arliano shifting and making some moves, and he could not get past Tuzuki. Tuzuki came out and defended that well, and it'll be a corner kick here for the TwinStars. It'll be a short corner kick and given right back here to Arliano. Arliano will drop it back, and I can't see who that was taking the shot. I think it was either 7 or 17. If it was 7, it was Magana. If it was 17, it was Yang. It was 17, it was Yang. So goal kick here for Tuzuki. Fusion will control it in the backfield here and work it over the near sideline onto the foot of Acuna. Acuna lost it, and now it's picked up here by the TwinStars. Bishop will work it over to the far side for the Fusion. They'll bring it up the field. They'll put it onto the foot here of number 15. That's Braquet. Braquet works it up for Langayo. Langayo pushes it back out. And now the Fusion looking to set up a potential centering pass. Here comes that centering pass, but there's nobody on the other side. And it'll be a goal kick here for the TwinStars. So that one will be rolled back to Tebbs. Tebbs will set it up. Here in the 33rd minute, halfway through it. Bishop will control it And a nice slide tackle there to take the ball away, and the Twin Stars will get it back. Right at midfield, a couple quick passes. Now they work it to the outside. Fusion defending this well at the moment here, and they are able to nick it away. In hockey, they'd call that a stick poke check. Call it a orange shoe check here, I guess. And taking the tumble there for the Fusion is Acuna. And that'll earn Dakota Fusion FC a free kick from just beyond midfield. As Rosa will be the supposed guilty party on that one. Fusion work it down to the far side of the field, inside, and nobody there. That would have been a nice chance had that Fusion forward had a couple more steps to the outside. Fusion wanted a call there. They're not going to get one. Now the Twin Stars will work it through midfield. And some nice ball movement there, considering he had 3 defenders on him, and the Twin Stars coach will keep that one from going too far out of the way. Nice toss in there as it's controlled up front, and now a drop pass, lead it back in, it's cleared away. He'll ricochet off to the left side here to McSweeney, and McSweeney will switch fields. Drop it back to the goalie, Tebbs. Out of bounds after a couple touches after Cisse will get it deflected off a Fusion player for a Twin Stars throw-in. And now bringing it back here for the Fusion is Burquet. Burquet still with it. He'll control. And now he'll center it in. And it's headed around outside of the box and cleared there by the Twin Stars, number 17, Diego Yang. And all the way up here to Tuzuki. Tuzuki will switch it out to the near side here onto the foot of Acuna. Acuna will send it upfield. 2 Fusion players on side, and now they'll get it to Langayo. Langayo will drop it back here onto the foot of Pritchard. Pritchard dips it out to Langayo, and Langayo is offside. As the flag came up here from the near side official. Once again, the player has to be in line with the last defender on the field, that's not the goalie, when the pass is made to him. Once the pass leaves the foot of his teammate, he can go as far in front of that defender as he wishes. But until then, he cannot go in front of that last defender. Otherwise, that's how they call the offside rule. Cleared away there by the Fusion, and now it's touched up there by Yang. And now here's an opportunity. This is Arliano, and Tuzuki will scoop that one up as we enter the 37th minute now. Or actually, we get a little bit closer to the 38th minute. Fusion will work it up, and Tibbs will be there. An easy ball for him to touch up on. 1-0 on the goal at 18:00 on the clock. Officially the 19th minute by Matei Langayo, his second of the season. Twin Stars will work it over on the far side there, doing a nice job with the ball possession is Ivan Adika. And now taken away here by the Fusion. Over on the far sideline, they'll try and work it in, as well as up. Nice job there by Burgos. Burgos will get switched to the center of the field here for Ben Nicholson, who came in about 10 minutes ago. And now Langayo. And that will go out of bounds. It'll be a Twin Stars throw-in. The throw will be taken by McSweeney. You know, he'll give it up there for his teammate, and that is Rosa. And now up court here, Nicholson had a touch on it. I'll get it up onto the foot there of Bolger. And now racing for it, there's Pritchard. Pritchard had it knocked away there by the defender. And that was Charles Badgie. And we'll have a corner kick for the Fusion from the far corner.
We'll have to grab you a clipboard for the next game. Keep your papers down.
I usually store them away during the winter sports season / the fall season, or the spring season, which is half winter, and don't have a need for them. But and that one's going into the back of the net. It went over the head of Tibbs, and it'll be another goal for the Fusion. I'm not exactly sure who touched up on it last.
I am not either.
I'll have to pull up my phone
or
and
are
take
they
a look at the replay.
Counting it because they're keeping playing from down there.
Well, it's at least 1-0. Okay, well, no goal, I guess. And I don't have to look at the replay.
I couldn't quite tell you why, but
Looking at the replay on my phone, the Fusion were offside, or the Fusion were offside, so that's why the goal did not count.
that would explain it.
Yep, the flag was up over on the the near side official. TwinStars will work it up, so it remains 1-0 here with that goal coming from Matei Lungayo right on the start of the 19th minute here. Nice sunny day here at Jim Gotta Stadium in Moorhead.
It's about perfect for what I'd like.
Yeah, no kidding.
Little breeze.
71 degrees officially here with a wind out of the southwest to the northeast at 5 miles per hour. And believe it or not, it makes it feel like it's 69. It's a wind chill of 69 degrees above zero.
Above zero, God, I hope.
Yeah.
Thanks for clarifying.
I think I've been a part of a 61, 69 below zero day here in the North Dakota, Minnesota era in my lifetime, but
Wind chill, probably.
yeah, I can't recall the exact day, but it can get pretty cold. There's no
can,
doubt about it.
I'd question it in almost June.
So almost June was as of not 2 days ago?
We'll go with it.
Okay.
I still was pretty surprised by that all 40-something degree day.
Yeah. Working it near side here. It's Rosa. And now he'll feed it up onto the foot there of Jabate. And now Rosa has it again, trying to work around a couple defenders. Back to the top of the box, and now there's some pushing. And was it inside the box? They are going to issue a yellow card to the Fusion here. And the question was it inside the box? And I think there will be a penalty kick awarded here. Yes, it was inside the box, and a penalty kick will be awarded. And now it looks like here for the TwinStars, it's going to be an opportunity for Miguel Arellano. Arellano, I think is how you say it. And we'll see here if he can connect on this PK. First PK that the Fusion have had to defend this season. So as we approach the 44th minute here, he'll whistle blow, step up, and he sneaks it into the near post. And Arellano will score the goal for the Minnesota TwinStars, and we are knotted up at 1-1. They were given an opportunity, and they cashed in on it. And we're knotted up at 1-1 as we near the end of the first half here at Jim Gana Stadium. And we're back underway, and now the Fusion look to respond here late in the first half. I would imagine we'll have at least 2 minutes of extra time, maybe 3. We'll see if the near side official will give us any indication of that here pretty soon. Oh, pushing, shoving over on the far side there by Bishop. Throw in will come in for the TwinStars here as we enter into the final minute of the first half. Final minute of play plus any stoppage time. I'll work it near side here for Acuna. Acuna will send it back up, and we have a whistle and a free kick coming up here as we approach the final 45 seconds of the first half here. Actually, we're just inside of it now, approaching to the final 30. They'll switch fields and now send it in quickly here for Pritchard. And Pritchard had an opportunity. The Fusion fans want a whistle, but they're not going to get one. And that, if they would have gotten a whistle, it's likely that the Fusion may have gotten themselves a penalty kick. So 2 minutes of stoppage time here.
Somebody's alarm going off. Not me, not you, who knows?
I was watching a TV show where the smoke alarm was going off in the TV show, but it sounded very realistic.
Unless you have one set on the Magnitude phone in my bag.
Maybe. So approximately 2 minutes of stoppage time. We're knotted up at 1-1 here on a goal by Matea Lungayo for the Fusion at the 19th minute, and then responding is Miguel Arellano with the penalty kick in the 42nd or 43rd minute. I forgot to write it down. A whistle here, and looks like we might have closer to 3 minutes of stoppage time here. But we'll play until the whistle blows twice. And now Pritchard trying to make, or that's Bishop, excuse me. It comes back out. They'll switch fields. Get it onto the foot here of Acuna. Acuna will work it on the near sideline. Feed it up there for his buddy, the goal scorer, Lungayo. And that will go out of bounds for a goal kick here for the TwinStars. And that will do it for the first half. It's 1-1 here on goals by Matea Lungayo and Miguel Arellano for the TwinStars, and we're all knotted up at 1-1 here at Jim Gana Stadium. We'll take a timeout here for halftime. For Chris on camera, my name is Mike Mason. We'll talk to you here in about 10 minutes for the second half here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back here as we get ready for the second half of play between the Dakota Fusion and the Minnesota TwinStars. Goals by Matea Langayo in the 19th minute, and in the 43rd minute, it was a penalty kick for Miguel Arliano. To tie it up at 1-1, and that's where we sit right now here at the end of the first half, and we are underway with half number 2.
No, we are not.
Yeah, we are. Trust me. Oh, maybe we're not. Okay.
Trust me, Mike.
Okay. Well, tell you what, we will just manually stop our clock here, and we'll wait for the on-field one to get to 45-17. Actually, I think let's.
We got the new magnitude technology going.
Yeah.
Haha.
Boom. All right. Well, they were kicking the ball around. I thought we were underway.
I was gonna say, it doesn't look like Fusion are putting too much effort in right now. That's not normal.
The defense was not there for the Fusion, so we needed to reset our clock for the third time during this halftime here. The first time was to figure out how to do it, and then the second time was because we started it early, and then the third time was just for fun. I don't.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. Up here on the rooftop of the press box here at Gymkhana Stadium, our second Fusion game in 3 years from the rooftop. Done some other games from the rooftop up here. Did a high school softball game from up here not long ago. So we're underway now here in half number 2. Now we're knotted up at 1-1 here between the Fusion and the TwinStars. Whistle on a free kick coming up here. Once again, the TwinStars in the white with red numbers and the Fusion in the black with white numbers, in case you're just tuning in and you weren't sure on that. Since our scoreboard does not have the Fusion in black. It's all, I swear, these teams have about 10 different jerseys over the years, and we can never guess which one they're wearing from game to game. Although the Fusion have worn these black ones here on back-to-back weeks. Brand new jerseys this year. Got that confirmed after the game last week. And they look good. I like them. I know they look kind of black and white for those watching from home, but if you're live here at the field and got a good look at them, they are pretty sharp, to be honest with you. For being black and white, they're probably the best black and white jerseys of all teams that have black and white jerseys of all sports. I think only the Las Vegas Raiders come even close with silver and black. I don't think there is an NFL team with black and white.
Don't believe so.
You got the Chicago White Sox, who sometimes wear black and white in their Major League Baseball games. Quickly thinking over the National Hockey League, I can't think of any teams that have black jerseys. Unless it's like a third alternate then. That one headed up over the crossbar. And another chance there for the Fusion 2 minutes into the second half. I think next week, Chris, we just need to bring up a barbecue grill up here.
Honestly, that would be the move. Cooler, grill.
We'll have all those little crackling charcoal sound effects in your broadcaster for you. Bring up the water cooler and have something other than water in there.
Amen.
Bishop will clear it upfield here. And now racing after it there is Burgos. That one goes up high. Burgos waits for it patiently, tries to boot it down there with his left foot, and a nice job there by Briquet. Briquet with a centering pass, and now Langayo will put it on net, and it's saved there by Tibbetts. By Tebbs, excuse me. Tebbs will fire it out near side here to Harris. And now the Fusion touch up on it again as they try and gain control here around midfield. It's Nicholson. He'll send it over to the far side. Acuna sends it up. And now Pritchard will work it. Pritchard works it back into the middle there for Burgos. Burgos will feed it back here for Bolger. Bolger quickly over to the near sideline here for Briquet. Briquet gets through a defender, puts a shot on net, and it's saved by Tebbs. By his right wrist is where that one came off. And that'll be a corner kick here for the Fusion. So we enter the 50th minute. Fusion will set up. Looks like Rashad O'Gunn comes into the lineup here for the Dakota Fusion. He's wearing number 12 for the team in black. A couple of touches will go out on the opposite side, and it will be I think a Fusion throw-in. And it will be. They'll get it in there for O'Gunn. And O'Gunn across the face of the goal, and there'll be a goalie kick here for Tebbs and the TwinStars. They'll quickly roll it out here onto the foot of, once again, this is not in numerical order. So number 15 is Jonathan Harris, excuse me. And after I finally found him, about 9 other players touched the ball. So that's the benefit of having it in numerical order. You can find them quicker, and only 2 people touch the ball.
I think they should all just have big banners above their heads.
There you go. Yeah, the kind of like in NHL power plays.
Yeah, exactly.
We should get a camera with a monitor hooked up to it, just set up to our left. It doesn't show up on your TV, but we can see it, and then we sound like absolutely awesome. Like we've studied the rosters for 10 years.
No kidding. Then you'd have to get somebody to run that camera. And
that's true. So this will come from a little over 40 yards out. He'll put it up inside the box. Coming out is Tebbs to make the save. And he'll boot it away. And it's one-on-one, and it's headed there by Bishop. And now chested down and out of bounds. Making the toss here is Harris. Harris will feed it in. Fusion will try and touch up on it. Now a whistle. And a free kick coming up here for the Fusion. And it'll be Bishop taking the free kick. Bishop will switch fields to the opposite side. We'll lead it up here to O'Gunn. O'Gunn had an opportunity, but it was nicely defended there by the TwinStars, out of bounds for a Fusion throw-in. The throw-in will come in here onto the foot of Bolger. And now they'll drop it back to Nicholson. Nicholson will switch fields here over to Bishop, but it's nicely defended there by the TwinStars. Now a free ball up here on the near sideline, out of bounds, and it'll be a Fusion throw-in. Actually, it'll be a free kick as we back up a little bit. I did not hear the whistle. I thought that was something, just some background noise. Free kick for the TwinStars. Louis Magana, number 7, will work it up. Fusion will touch up on it. Now O'Gunn puts it up there onto the foot of Burgos. Burgos will try and cut down the middle of the field. And that one's taken off his foot by a TwinStar defender. Nicholson able to fight it back to his defenders. And now O'Gunn. O'Gunn evades a couple of defenders, and now the lead pass up the far sidelines. They look for a centering opportunity. They'll drop it back. Cross. And that one's going to go out of bounds. I think that will be a TwinStars throw-in, but we'll see. And it will be. Taking the toss here is Jonathan Harris. Harris will see it go right out of bounds after he tossed it into the goal scorer, Arliano. He got it on a PK attempt back in the 43rd minute near the end of the first half, so about 10 minutes of playing time ago. Coming into the game here for the Fusion is Yo Suganami. I got it right. Awesome. Yo Suganami, number 12. Or no, I'm sorry, number 18. O'Gunn is number 12. Nicholson gets it up to Yusukanami. Yusukanami will try a shot, and it'll go a little bit wide left. Tabs will send it out over the far side. Racing up, there's Sukanami. Sukanami will touch up on it, put it to the outside there for Pritchard. Pritchard will look for a centering pass. Yukasami was there, but so was, let's see here, where is he at? Number 4, Cisse for the TwinStars. They'll drop it back here onto the foot of Butcher. And now Butcher gets hit in the backfield, and we'll have a whistle, and will it be more than that is the question. Butcher still down, slow to get up. Looks like he's favoring that left leg, possibly the ankle. He'll stay on, he'll tough it out. See if he can. Looks like he just has to make an adjustment on the shoe. Yusukanami up top. O'Gunn in the area there too as the TwinStars take it away. Work it up that far sideline out of bounds, and that will be a Fusion throw-in. Nicholson works it to the far sideline. Centering pass across here onto the foot of Braquet, and Braquet will have that one deflected out of bounds. Looks like it went to the left of the flag, so it'll be a throw-in if I saw it right. Mike Mason with you here on the play-by-play commentary, alongside Chris Hovden doing camera as well as some commentary as well. And now in the corner here for the Fusion is Kai Pritchard. And he'll put a foot on it. Send a high arcing shot across the face of the goal, and not a whole lot of Fusion players where that ball started to come down at. They were all crowded right in front of the net, and Pritchard sent it a little too far. The good news, though, is they'll get a corner kick from the opposite side. And Yo Sukanami will take the kick from the far corner. Sukanami, a forward from Japan. And Sukanami will send it in, and that was placed nicely there. Out of bounds, last touch by a Fusion player, and it'll be a goal kick here for Tebs and the TwinStars. I want to say thanks to the team from Essentia Health for providing their services here for the medical team, and will attend to any injuries that may occur. And hopefully none occur, but they're here just in case. Nice back heel kick there, and the Fusion tried to clear it. And you could say that was successful, and man, that looked like a handball from my vantage point, but it apparently wasn't. No whistle. And maybe it didn't hit his hands, but it certainly looked like it from where I was standing. In the near corner here, it's Jonathan Harris. Harris tried to center it, got deflected. Fusion pick it up. A little chip shot up the near sideline here, picked up by Ogun. And Ogun will have that ball taken away from him as the TwinStars will work it back to the defender here, Cisse. Cisse will switch, and Cisse will, well, I thought he was going to get it back. Instead, it's going to go onto the foot there of Baji. Now they'll send it up. And out of bounds. Last touch by Harris, and it'll be a Fusion throw, and as Bishop will take the toss. I think one of the TwinStars players has some blood. It's Harris, so he'll come off momentarily. They'll check up on him, patch him up if needed, and the TwinStars will play a man short until he's back in the action. So 10 versus 9 right now until Harris gets back on the field for the TwinStars. Or 11 versus 10 if you include the goalies. Arliano, the goal scorer, has that one taken away by Nicholson. Nicholson will feed it up. He's onside. It's a race for it, one-on-one, and the goalie Tebs gets there first. TwinStars learned from their mistake on a play very similar to that one against Duluth last weekend. And Duluth had a one-on-one with the goalie and was able to bury it into the back of the net. And Pritchard nearly had the same opportunity. That one will come back up to about midfield. First touch by the Fusion. In the middle of the field with it there is Louis Magana. Magana will drop it back as defenders. We have a train come behind us here. Slide tackling attempt. Missed the mark. They'll work it to the near side. Harris back into the lineup. He'll try a centering pass, but it got deflected out of bounds. It'll be a TwinStars throw, and Harris will take the toss immediately. Harris will work it in. And I think that's Magana, excuse me. And it was. And now the Fusion take it. And he's offside. It looks like Tuzuki would have saved that possibly anyway, but he was offside. He was in front of that last defender, so that drew the flag, and it'll be a goal kick here for Tuzuki. I think I've said his name 2 times in the last couple seconds, and that's the only times here in the second half. All the action has been on the other goalie so far in the second half. And that shot goes a little bit wide left of the net there, off the foot of our friend Yoda Toya. One player not playing on the field today for the TwinStars is Julian Calderon. He was born on October 4th. Myself and Calderon share a birthday. I don't have any birthdays for the Fusion. I'm gonna have to ask for some. See who has any birthdays near mine or yours or any other superstar. We're gonna have to do that during halftime. Like,
You want to sing happy birthday?
no. What I want to do is look up all the birth dates for all the players and see which celebrities match those birth dates, and that'll be a halftime segment. So
There's a site for it.
I'm sure there is. Right now, I'm not going to look it up. Tizuki, that one's cleared out by the Fusion. A great opportunity there as Ogun tries to play it down, and it'll go out of bounds, and it will be a Fusion throw-in. Okay. I'm not exactly sure how the TwinStars touched that last, but I guess they did. Nicholson will get the toss from Bishop, and that's taken away immediately here by the TwinStars. Famed Bamba. He'll get the ball back. Bamba now working the near side. He'll center it, and too far. Chasing after it there on the opposite side was Rosa. Throw-in will come into the far side. O'Gunn will work it through 2 defenders. It's taken away by the foot of Magana, and Magana will see that one go out of bounds, and they'll be back to the Fusion now for another throw-in. Throw-in will come in over midfield and touched up by the Fusion, but immediately taken away here by the TwinStars. And now Bishop will step in and intercept that pass, and now the Fusion have numbers if they can get control of the ball. Working it near side here is Burquet, and he's onside. He was on line with that last defender there. It's Pritchard. Pritchard looking for a centering opportunity, and that one got deflected out. Great opportunity there for the Fusion. Let's see if they can create another opportunity here right from on top of the box, and it's cleared out just at the last moment. Out of bounds near midfield. And the Fusion will take the throw in again. Nicholson will work it from the far side. Nicholson moves it back to the middle of the field, dumps it back to the defender. They try to work it up, but there's no Fusion player there, and it's taken away there by Harris for the TwinStars. Harris will knock it over to Yoda Toya. And now it's back onto the foot of number 29, or is that 20? That's 28 actually. It's Charles Badgie. Badgie will work it here near side. Badgie will send it back into the middle. TwinStars looking upfield. And he looks to make a move. He sends it to the through ball into the near sideline, but the Fusion catch up to it there. Dawson Butcher, first one to it, drops it back to Tizuki. Now Bishop will work it. Oh, drop pass, and now send it up to the near sideline here for Burquet. Burquet will try and work through a couple of defenders, had that ball foot checked away from him. A nice scramble move there by Yoda Toya. Now back to Badgie. Badgie will center it. Onto the foot of Cisse. Cisse will switch fields over to the far side there for the TwinStars. And now back to Cisse. Cisse will send it back over to Badgie. Badgie looking, sends it up near sideline there onto the foot of Yoda Toya. And now that finds its way into the middle of the field, and I think that was Javate who wanted a wanted a whistle but didn't get one. Suzuki will put a boot on it. And we have a whistle. And a free kick here for the Fusion. Work it up here for Briquet. Briquet has one defender to get around, and a nice job there by Badgie to boot it out. And he got it over the end line, so it'll be a corner kick for the Fusion. Setting up to take it here for the Fusion is Sukinami. Yo, first name, Sukinami, last name. So if I say Yo Sukinami, it sounds like one last name, but it's not, I promise you. And that corner kick there by Sukinami will end up being a goal kick here for Tebs. Tebs, a little bit easier name to pronounce.
Okay, Mike Mason.
That's even an easier name. Okay, so I'm going to write that down here. There we go. And now it is, I believe it's Sukinami again on the far side. And now here's an opportunity. It works out to the far side here. That's on the foot of Yamaguchi. And nice swat away there by Tebs. Excellent play. And the Fusion will earn themselves a corner kick from the far side here in the 69th minute. 1-1, both goals scored in the first half in the 19th minute and the 43rd minute. That one's headed up over the crossbar. That'll be a goal kick for Tebs. Fusion applying a lot of pressure here in the first half of this second half. Hasn't been a whole lot of action down by Suzuki at the other end, tending the goal for the Fusion. Whistle on a free kick coming up here for the TwinStars. Fusion will get a free kick. He may or may not have been offside there, but it didn't matter because the TwinStars got the ball. They'll drop it back. Suzuki will come out, put a boot on it. Feed it back up. Chested down here on the near side by Briquet. Briquet will drop it back as Bishop punts it up. And trying to make a move there was Sukinami. That one's headed right into the Fusion bench. So as soon as the TwinStars get it down there, the defenders for the Fusion playing deep enough to control it and clear it. That one nearly took the head off of the official there. And now he'll blow the whistle. There's a little bit of pushing there between Yamaguchi and Rosa. Tebs sends it far to the far side and out. Almost a one bouncer into the bleachers on that far side there. Ball back into play, and now it is into the bleachers. That's actually over the bleachers, and I had a baseball almost hit my car yesterday. Now a soccer ball has almost hit my car. Back-to-back days.
I park far enough away, I'm not going to risk that one.
I'm not too concerned. I got a convertible top, so I just got a very small pane of glass, and the rest of it's all felt, so not too concerned. Take the good with the bad. If I don't want to haul equipment a long ways, I'll park close and risk it. Far side, Fusion with an opportunity. Centering pass, and Tebbs is there. He was trying to get it, he was trying to switch fields to get it over to Brequay, but Tebbs came out and corralled it. Tuzuki now boots it back out. They'll head it near side. Bishop will boot it up and out of bounds right into the TwinStars bench. As we now enter the 73rd minute of play here at Jim Gata Stadium, still all even at 1-1. Fusion ranked third right now in the conference. And I think will we have a card here? I think we might.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That looked pretty intentional to me. No card delivered. Just some words of advisement there from the official. But that looked pretty intentional. I don't know, correct? Did you think?
It did to me.
Yeah. Bishop. So the Fusion getting away with one there possibly. Here's Brequay working with the ball. Now they'll switch fields. Over to the far side. They'll try and center it back in. And it's booted out there by the defenseman, Cisse. Fusion work it over on the far side. Looking for a centering opportunity. They do send it over, and it's in! On the cross, getting it into the back of the net. On the header there for the Fusion is Yu Sukanami in the 74th minute. So 2-1, Fusion have the lead now here as we close in on the 75th minute of play. Yu Sukanami with the goal. Scoring your goal for the Fusion. His first of the season, number 18 on the header, Yu Sukanami. So 2-1 Fusion here in the final 15 of this matchup. And now the TwinStars will look to even it up again. Their one goal coming off a penalty kick. And they've had a handful of chances in the first half, but the Fusion defense has pretty much locked things down here in the second half. TwinStars haven't been able to come up with much, and there's a great example of not coming up with much as the Fusion get it right back. Brequay to the goal scorer, Yusukanami. Yusukanami will feed it up. I think that's Pritchard on the far side. Now he feeds it in, and here's another opportunity, and it's on the rebound. It's sent over the crossbar. The initial shot was taken by Brequay, and I believe it was Ogun who had the follow-up opportunity. But nearly 3-1 there, and a great job by Adam Tebbs to keep it a 2-1 game. So all the way back here, about 65 yards out, Bishop will switch fields on the free kick. Feed it up, and a loose ball is picked up there by Yamaguchi and sent inside, and he tried to slide in for it, and Tebbs let it go to the near side, and now the TwinStars try and clear it. Some nice passing there amongst the defensemen. Now they work it back upfield, and it comes all the way back here to Cisse. Cisse will switch it over. Not 100% sure who's over on the far side there for the TwinStars. I know the two near side defenders. They'll drop it back to Tebbs. Tebbs will put a boot on it and up to the far sideline out of bounds for a Fusion throw-in. 77th minute of play, 2-1 on the recent goal by Yu Tsukanami in the 74th minute. Here's another opportunity for the Fusion and another nice save by Adam Tebbs. Tebbs doing an excellent job. This could easily be a 5-1 match here if it wasn't for the spectacular play of Tebbs in net. Fusion not relenting. They're right back on the attack here. Put the ball inside, and he was even, and moving in there was, I believe that was
Tsukanami, I believe.
Yeah. I was gonna say Ogun, but then Tsukanami came out of the shadows of Ogun, if that's the one way to put it. Here's Burquay. Burquay puts one into the middle. Nobody there for the Fusion, and the TwinStars will clear it. Up the near sideline, a little pushing and shoving, and it's a free throw-in for the TwinStars. And they'll switch fields quickly on some nice passing, and now we'll see if the TwinStars can create an opportunity, and as soon as I say that, the Fusion take it away. Ogun, now to Tsukanami. Tsukanami will work it through midfield. Tsukanami will patiently dump it back there on the foot of Bulger. Bulger now switch fields over to the far side. And a nice job there by, I believe that's Acuna on the far side there. And now battling forward is Pritchard. And the ball go out over the end line for a goal kick here for the TwinStars. Some nice camera work there by our camera stud. And we have a player down for the TwinStars. He was up and he just kind of sat down. Not sure if, I'm guessing it might be an ankle injury. And the officials will call in the medical team to check him out. He will get up and he will go off over the end line and make the long way back to the bench. So that play can continue here. 78, we've had one goal. So we're probably at least 2 minutes. Of course, I said that in the first half, and we had like 5 minutes of extra time. So we'll see if we can judge better this time around.
From the soccer I've watched, it seems like it very much depends on the refs.
So a little bit of a water break here, unofficial water break. Clock doesn't stop for it. Looks like Jafar Abdul Rahman is coming into the game. Jafar Abdul Rahman, one of 3 players to get a yellow card last week against Duluth Blue Greens. That one's sent up and headed there initially by Bishop. TwinStars now back to Bishop, and a nice header up to Tsukanami. And battling for it, and it's taken away inside the box, and some nice defensive play there by Cisse. TwinStars will work it up the far sideline as the lights are on now here at Jim Gata Stadium. Looking for a centering opportunity, and it's headed away by the Fusion. Just over the head of his teammate, and Ogun will try and set something up here. He'll push it to the outside here for Burquay. Burquay straddling the end line. And nice pass to Ogun. Ogun will get through one defender, put it on the foot of Tsukanami, and Tsukanami has it tipped away and loose ball, and now the Fusion will control it once again. Bishop touches up on it. Pritchard, nice pass inside there, and that's on the foot of Yamaguchi. And now Ogun will go after it again. Ogun will push it out to the far side there for Acuna. Acuna will take it right at midfield. Tried to feed it up there for Sukanami, and now Sukanami has it. Sukanami looking for an opening, and can he get his foot on it? And Sukanami scores his second goal of the game. Sukanami scores in the 82nd minute. Only 8 minutes after his previous goal. And the Fusion have taken a 3-1 lead. So not only do wins and losses count, but goal differential counts too. And right now the Fusion have +2 on that on the season. And we'll see if they can keep it at +2, if the TwinStars will close that down a little bit, or if the Fusion can extend it by getting a 4th goal. Scoring the goal for the Fusion is second of the game and the second of the season, the 82nd minute, Sukanami. And if you could lip read there, I have no idea what he said, but.
I tried. I couldn't quite. I was hoping you might have been able to. That's another person we need here, a lip translator.
Yeah. We are hiring for many unique positions right now. $10 a game to read lips. Actually, we'd probably pay a little bit more than that if somebody was actually talented and experienced in that position.
Oh, no. I need to become quieter before my pay gets reduced to add somebody else to the team.
TwinStars will make a move upfield here. They got some numbers here and a nice play, and now an opportunity, and Tezuki is there, and it's saved by a defender, and now, oh man, because he was on the ground, he was offside, and the flag came up. At least I think that's the reason the flag came up. That was probably the best opportunity of the game outside of the penalty kick there for Bamba and the TwinStars. And it was Tezuki getting an initial save, falling to the ground. One of his teammates got the bigger save, keeping it out of the net. Burquay will drop it back onto the foot of Butcher. Butcher will send it upfield. Far side, I think that's Pritchard on the far side. And it was Pritchard, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll be a Fusion throw-in. That throw-in will be taken by, I think, Acuna. Acuna into Pritchard. Pritchard will try and get it up. Ogun gets in there as well. Now Pritchard working it again, tried to work through a defender, and the defender would take it away. TwinStars will try and bring it back up. Nice header in the backfield there by Butcher. And now the Fusion will control it at midfield. And the pass, looking for, trying to feed Sukanami for the hat trick. And if he had a little bit more on that pass, we might be announcing another goal at the moment.
Is that a thing in soccer? A hat trick?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, it sure is. We have a player down for the TwinStars on the far side there. And it appears to be Eric Rosa. Hopefully it's nothing serious. In my time of calling sports, I have only seen, I think, only one hat trick in my soccer play-by-play career, unless Sukanami can get one, and then it'd be my second one. But So far, we're 1 2/3 of the way to the second one. Maya Bukestad of the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs had a hat trick against their rival West Fargo Packers on Magnitude Sports a couple years ago.
Huh.
Matter of fact, one of the assistant coaches for that Cheyenne soccer team is one of the assistant coaches for the Dakota Fusion.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there's a
Connections.
There's a tie-in. And the most amazing goal that I've seen on Magnitude Sports in my soccer play-by-play career was in a matchup between that also featured the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs against Fargo Davies in girls soccer. West Fargo was down 2-1 at the end of the first half, and Yasmin Dakota on a little trick play to open up the half, put it up in the top left corner of the net off the opening kickoff.
Huh.
That was probably one of our most retweeted tweets back in 2019. Matter of fact, that made #1 on the top 10 plays on a sports TV station in Bismarck, North Dakota.
There you go.
Yep, one of the sports guys reached out to me on Twitter and said, "Hey, can we use this clip?" I'm like, "You absolutely can."
How much do I get paid?
I didn't make him pay for it because I was still prepping with all my paperwork and going through the first game recap that the goal happened before I was even ready to broadcast.
Jeez.
Totally fooled everybody there. Yasmin Dakota actually played for the Dakota Fusion women's team, I think 2 seasons ago, if I remember correctly. And here's Yusukanami, and Yusukanami has an opportunity, left foot, it's in, he has a hat trick. His 3rd goal of the game. Yusukanami in the 89th minute. 7 minutes after his previous goal and 16 minutes after his first goal. In the 74th minute, 82nd minute, and 89th minute, Yusukanami gets the hat trick.
Incredible.
Maybe the Fusion will want us to talk about West Fargo Cheyenne more often.
No kidding.
Scoring the hat trick for the Fusion, Yusukanami in the 89th minute. Yusukanami had plenty of opportunities to get that hat trick sooner than the 89th minute, and he finally got that perfect pass and got around a couple defenders. Yeah, it probably was. It got around a couple defenders and was able to bury it into the back of the net, and now the Fusion have a 3-goal lead.
Make us wait till the very end.
They have outscored their opponents 5-2 on the season so far here with this 4-1, with the current score of 4-1. Chested down, centered back in. This could be an opportunity for the TwinStars, but it punched back out to midfield. TwinStars will control it, though. They'll send it out to the far sideline, and now they'll bounce it back here onto the foot of McSweeney. McSweeney over to Badjai. Badjai will send it up here for, I forget his name, Harris. Now go out of bounds, and that is the 90th minute now. And we will have... Looks like we'll have about 4 minutes of stoppage time. Emil Nywolf, number 16, will come into the game. And one other one snuck in too. I didn't see who it was though. See if I see any jersey numbers that don't look familiar to me out there. And now the TwinStars looking for a chance and it's blocked. Ben Colburn, I don't think I've seen him out there today. All right, so number 16, or number 21, Riku Kuwano is the other one, along with Nywolf, who comes in wearing number 16 for the Fusion. If there's a way I could stop our clock at 90 so I don't have to pay attention to that, that'd be great. Might have to,
I think there is. We'll talk about it later.
yeah, I might have to email the designer of our clock here and ask him a couple questions. It's our this particular clock that we're using. We debuted it last week. Last season, we had trouble finding a clock that would go over 60 minutes, but now you can see 90:15 is well over 60. So, and approximately 4 minutes of stoppage time here.
The next thing you need is a stoppage time clock.
And that was the shortest 4 minutes of stoppage time compared to the longest 2 minutes of stoppage time in the first half.
Looking to even it out.
Yeah, there we go. So between the first half and the second half, we had about 6 minutes of stoppage time total here, and the two teams will shake hands, and the Dakota Fusion come away with a 4-1 victory here today, as that is your final score. Dakota Fusion FC improved a 1-0-1 on the season. The Minnesota TwinStars fall to 0-2-0 with the 4-1 loss here today. And we'll see how that affects the standings for the Dakota Fusion. We have to look at some other matchups within the conference and stuff. But yeah, we'll try and improve our broadcast for you on week 3 next week. Chris, I believe you're off. I think Luke's coming in next week, I think. Or,
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
We'll
we have to get through this week first.
Yeah, we'll have to look at the schedule. But somebody will be here, I can tell you that much. So, all right. Well, hey, any final thoughts on this one, Chris?
No, once again, the Fusion did not disappoint on a good game, and neither did the TwinStars.
Yeah, no, they played some good ball. They just the Fusion's defense just pretty much eliminated almost 90% of the chances that the TwinStars attempted to create. And you know, if the TwinStars would have played this exact same game against one of the other teams in the conference, there may have been a high-scoring game. Like the TwinStars may have even had 4 or 5 goals themselves. But like I said, that Fusion defense really stepped up big tonight.
It's always a huge part of the Fusion team is their defense. It's incredible.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us today. We hope that you enjoyed the broadcast here, and good luck to the TwinStars for the remainder games in the season. We'll see you again next week here for the men on Saturday, and the women Fusion Day will debut their season here on Magnitude on Sunday here on Magnitude Sports. All right. We'll talk to you later. Have a great night.
Broadcast was an exclusive presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Subscribe, click the bell, and visit magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.